Hello everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'm going to be doing your collective tarot reading today. Now, I'm going to get two cards from this Novice Witches Oracle deck for the overall energy of this reading, and then after this we'll get into the tarot spread where we'll get a little bit deeper, get some details, and then I'll further clarify each card in the tarot spread with another tarot card. And then I'll end this with the messages of Cosmic Oracle cards, 3 to be exact, to get some advice on your situation. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright, at the bottom of the deck we have Hecate, Initiation. Alright, autofocus, come on. And then under that we have Starhawk, representing female empowerment. And then under that we have a candle, representing hope. Alright, so with these 3 cards, I want to say that this particular reading could be for the individuals more on the divine feminine side of this little cosmic dance we're doing. And I feel like this is something that you're just stepping into, something that you're starting to work on here with female empowerment as well as initiation here with Hecate, right? This to me speaks of, really stepping into that energy here. I feel like, there's a lot of hope when it comes to whatever situation you're currently dealing with. I feel like, the situation that you're currently dealing with could very well have to do with, what was that? Like, it could very well have to do with a sort of a balancing of, your masculine and feminine energies, which could be why you're currently, initiating your feminine side, or your feminine energies, rather. Alright, so first up for the overall energy here, we have Snake, representing knowledge. Alright, let's see. The snake goddesses were among the forebears of witches. Goddesses, more feminine energy. A certain figurine depicts the goddess with a cat head, holding 2 snakes in her hands, alternating reproduction and transience. These animals are venomous demons. However, without the snake, humans would not have eaten from the fruit of good and evil, the symbol of free will. The snake is a symbol of regeneration, changing skin with the secret of knowledge acquired by manifesting our mortal limits. As an oracle, the snake invites us to find the knowledge that is revealed to those who do not disregard the truth. Okay, well, as I just stated a moment ago, this, again, with the feminine energy, it's very interesting how, they point out, they call snakes venomous demons, which obviously not all of them are, but that is how they are generally portrayed. And they go on to mention, however, without the snake, humans would not have eaten from the fruit of good and evil, the symbol of free will. So, with that, right, I get that you're sort of using that free will, in a sense, to really like gain a particular kind of knowledge, right? I feel like you're the kind of individual that really sees past the bullshit a lot, right? And you do not disregard the truth. I feel like you're very verbally open, okay? And I feel like there's a particular kind of knowledge that you will find when you're that kind of individual who can really see and accept the truth. You don't just, put it off to the side and continue doing whatever it is you're doing. Now here we have Paracelsus representing interconnection. Alright, let's see. Paracelsus. Theophrastus von Hohenheim. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced. I don't know, but I like to. So we're going to go with that. Known as Paracelsus, 1493 to 1541, was a Swiss physician and philosopher and the precursor to modern pharmacology. He turned the alchemist's famous quest for gold into a search for new medicinal methods for health, jumping between science and magic. Paracelsus believed that humans were a microcosm that reflected the microcosm they lived. Therefore, to gain wisdom, one must understand the relationships between living beings and the vast secrets of the universe. As an oracle, Paracelsus invites us to follow our intuitions and foretells important revelations for the attentive spirit. He reminds us that everything is related. Alright, so, firstly, what first hit me really was more towards the end, as I just said, Paracelsus invites us to follow our intuitions. Now, again, that intuition is you connected to your body, connected to the universe, making it more easy for you to, see particular things in a sense. It's like, for example, like signs and synchronicities, right? Your body is always communicating with you, but sometimes it needs to communicate a little bit louder than others, and that can come in the form of things like anxiety or any sort of like physical ailment, right? Everything is connected at the end of the day. Alright, now for the tarot portion here, let's see. What does the collective need to know at this time? Alright, I'm not taking this for the spread, but the Seven of Wands just came out, representing standing your ground. So with that, right at the bottom of the deck here, we have Destiny, which I believe this is the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune here. What was I saying? Standing ground? Yeah, I feel like, it's not exactly that you have to really, defend whatever it is your destiny is, but I feel like, it's something that you need to protect, in a sense. Maybe more so, energetically, you could have to, maybe do a cleansing. And also, a form of protection is, again, utilizing your intuition, right? When it comes to, deciding what people, what individuals you're going to, speak about this project, this, career path, this major move or whatever that you're going to be making towards your destiny. You have to be careful, who you tell these things to, because even though there's people who should be happy for you and people who should be supportive of you, like following your dreams, following your path. More times than not, you know, when you're doing good, when you're moving forward and doing something, you know, with your life, it's gonna bother people. People who are not doing as well. People who are, you know, miserable, because misery loves company. They're gonna try to derail you from your path. But enough about that. Alright, let's see. One. Oh, come on. That was a little peek of the Hierophant, so you could be mastering something, whatever this is. 2, 3. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Alright, and then that Destiny card, aka the Wheel of Fortune, just came out again. So that was definitely a message that most of you probably needed to hear. Yep, and then the Hierophant just came out again as well. Alright, let's see. Alright, yeah, there's a lot here. Okay, I could keep going back and back. This is going to take forever if I keep doing that, so I'm just going to grab a few cards off the bottom here that really spoke to me. So first, we have the solar plexus chakra, which, interestingly enough, now I have to do this, okay. Interestingly enough, under that we have hope, which is representative of the star card with that bright yellow light. And then with the solar plexus chakra, right, the same exact shade, I feel like your creativity, your passion is really being like ignited here. Because then after that, okay, we have the Three of Pentacles representing partnerships and alliances. Along with the, oh wait, is that Wands? Okay, my bad. This was the Three of Wands here, representing partnerships and alliances. And then we have the Ace of Wands, representing passion ignited. With the, well, this card is entitled Authority, but this is the equivalent of the Emperor here. So, you know, I feel like you're definitely going to be moving into a position of power here when it comes to whatever this this partnership is about. You know, this could speak to, I want to say, like, you could be really networking a lot, meeting new people that you would like to work with, or, you know, you're meeting all these new people and a bunch of people would like to work with you because they see you as this Emperor energy here, right? They see you as an authoritative figure, somebody who knows what they're talking about, someone who has that experience, that knowledge, that understanding, as well as that stability. And, you know, with the Ace of Wands, that's something that you're, like, quite passionate about there. That's, you know, it could be something new that you're quickly learning a lot about. And that's what's really, like, catching people's eye in a sense. Now, lastly, we have Truth, which I want to say is representative of the Justice card. And then we have the Ace of Swords, triumphant success. As well as balance, which I feel like is representative of temperance. Yeah, I find that quite interesting that, in that last oracle card, how they mentioned, being able to see the truth and accept the truth. And then we have this truth card here where this individual is like staring into what looks like a passageway into the universe. It could be like a sort of portal, maybe. But I feel like, that really speaks to your understanding of the universe and how, energy and transmutation, right? With the Temperance card here, which also not only represents balance but transmutation, which essentially is like, well, it's not a balancing of energies, but it can create a balance with that new product, which is created from two separate energies that are combined to make that end product. But with the Triumphant Success card and balance here, right, I feel like it's having that understanding, gaining that knowledge of the universe, which you could be doing through spiritual practices like divination here, like tarot, right? But yeah, with Triumphant Success and balance, I feel like, this knowledge that you're gaining, this is going to really like create a balance in your life. With that sort of understanding, manifestation will be like nothing. It'll be so simple. Alright. So now to get started on the tarot spread here. The first card we have here is Love Begins, which is the equivalent of the Ace of Cups. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all three cards on this thing, but we'll see. And then we have Sacrifice, which is representative of the Hanged Man. And then we have Destiny, which came out earlier when I was shuffling, and that is representative of the world. Or not the world, why did I say that? This is representative of the Wheel of Fortune, I believe. I feel like this is really speaking to a love situation, maybe. I feel like there's been like a separation between you and another individual, and that sort of like caused you to go into this like hanged man state, right? Because I feel like during that time to yourself, as you're sitting with those emotions, trying to understand the situation, the things that are going on, whether it's like why this, that, or the other is happening, or whatever, it's like you realize that there's a change that's required, right? This changed perception has helped you to realize that there is something you need to sacrifice, and in a sense, that's what's getting you, like, that's creating a change of luck. That's like, as you have this realization, right, as you gain this inner knowledge here, and you realize that you have to sacrifice something, sacrifice something or someone. Maybe there's somebody that you need to stop speaking to, somebody that you need to, leave out in the cold, or multiple somebody's. Maybe it's a group of people, a group of friends. But whatever that may be for you, having that realization and then taking that action on it creates this change of luck for you. This creates like this, I feel like this connection, right? It may be a soulmate type of situation here with destiny as well. I feel like, this connection is destined. You and this individual were destined to find each other, to connect, no matter how this situation ends. Next up, we have Shadow, which is representative of the Moon card. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, Prosperity Begins. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, Patience and Planning. Yeah, I feel like here there's shadow work that you needed to do, which could speak to why you're really in that feminine energy. That's why, there's probably all this feminine energy in this reading, because this is speaking to like a sort of healing of sorts, and you needing to like nurture yourself there, which could also be what that Ace of Cups could be speaking to, pouring back into yourself and realizing maybe the sacrifice that you needed to make was kind of, I don't want to say hibernating, but going into that like hermit mode where you're stepping away from people for a bit and you're really pouring your energy into yourself, right? You're giving yourself this understanding, this grace as you go through this shadow work here. Which would make sense why then you have this this Ace of Pentacles, because, that essentially is a seed. And to be followed by the Seven of Pentacles, it makes a lot of sense, because now that you've planted some sort of seed, you need to make a plan, right? You need to figure out what you're going to do moving forward, how you're going to do it, like a time frame, what materials, this, that, and the other you will need, what resources you need to gather in order for this to be successful. Because, the Seven of Pentacles could also speak to, evaluating your life, the people in it, the things you do, what you put your energy and time into, so that, you can make room here for what it is you truly need to work on. And I love how this Ace of Pentacles has like peaches in the background. No, I really want a nice juicy peach, but moving forward. Next up we have Wisdom, which is representative of the Hierophant. And then we have the Three of Swords, representing heartache and loss. And lastly, we have the Throat Chakra card. Now, this to me speaks of, like, this Hierophant energy speaks to me of you becoming very knowledgeable in, like, all things spiritual, right? It was like with that, what was that one card that was at the bottom of the deck here? I think it was the Justice card, right, with Truth, where, it's an individual staring into that passageway, that portal into the universe, right? And with, the Shadow card I get, that's like the universe staring right back at you. And that to me, along with, like, that Hanged Man card, like, that to me really speaks of this, like, sort of, like, moment of realization, this, like, epiphany that you have, as it's like, you're looking into the universe, and it's like you're looking into yourself, right? And as the universe stares back, you see yourself, and you gain this knowledge here. But yeah, so with that, right, I feel like the Three of Swords speaks to that, like, grieving period where an old version of you dies, because when you go through any sort of transformation, it's natural to grieve that part of you that you lost, that version, rather, of you that you have lost in order to become this newer, higher vibrating version of yourself. And with this throat chakra card, I feel like you're really speaking your truth. Like, I feel like you're no longer afraid, in a sense, to speak your truth here. I feel like also with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, right? I feel like you're definitely stepping into your power. You're definitely becoming, the most authentic version of yourself, which requires this balancing of both your feminine and masculine energy. Because, you could still rather, have this Emperor energy and be operating in a sense from like a feminine energy, from a more feminine point of view, because even though the Emperor represents like masculine energy, like there is also that authenticity, that being your authentic self, which could be very creative, honestly. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, now I am going to further clarify the cards in this spread. And then after that, we will get some advice. Alright. First, I should probably shuffle these a bit. Alright, let's clarify what the collective here needs to know at this time. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so to further clarify the Ace of Cups here, we have the 2 of Wands. I want to say this is. Yeah, I feel like for a while, right, I feel like there is a particular love situation that had you really confused maybe on where you guys stood. Maybe you guys weren't on the same page and you didn't know which direction this was going, so you didn't know where to put your energy, right? Which direction are you going to point your energy in here, your efforts, your time? And now to further clarify the Sacrifice card, aka the Hanged Man, we have the 5 here. I want to say maybe 5 of Swords. Let me just check the book. So I'm using the Dungeons and Dragons Oracle, which could be a little confusing because they don't have any like symbols as far as the suits, and they just have numbers. Alright, so that's not the 5 of Pentacles. Alright, so yeah, that is the 5 of Cups, apparently. Keeping a bright outlook and not letting past pain affect your interpretation of the present moment, which would make a lot of sense here with that, what is it called? The, Hanged Man energy. Yeah, because I feel like for a while, right, you were probably really not sure. Like, as I was speaking to the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Cups before this, right, that confusion, not knowing where to put your energy, not knowing where to go, it can make it difficult to stay positive and not let the past really, influence the present moment, or rather whatever is going on at this time here. I definitely need to spend more time using this Dungeons and Dragons deck because I'm extremely unfamiliar. Alright, so with, to further clarify this Destiny, aka Wheel of Fortune card here, we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, that sort of like this one really reminds me of how I was just saying before, you know, with this moon card. It's like, you know, you were looking into the universe and, you know, you saw yourself looking right back. You know, I feel like here with these two different versions, right, of yourself, you know, you're above the water reaching into the water to where there is you in the water, but reaching up towards you. Like, I feel like there's a lot here about balance and the self, right? About learning about yourself, having that deeper knowledge of self. And I feel like that's sort of like that changed perception that this situation creates is what moves you towards your destiny. Or rather, you could even be realizing what your destiny is. And that could have to do with love or otherwise. Now, to further clarify this shadow, aka the moon card, we have the Knight here. Let's see, is that the Knight of Pentacles? Alright, that is the Knight of Wands. Finding a way to enjoy routine, take responsibility for our own success, and let go of expectations. Good work speaks for itself. Yeah, you see, and for that to be further clarifying the moon, you know, I feel like whatever it is, you know, whatever truth it is you find as you're doing this inner work, you know, that's going to help you, you know, as I said with the card right before this, you know, realizing your destiny, like, that's going to ignite a certain passion in you that's going to make you just want to move forward and take action here. So to further clarify this Ace of Pentacles here, we have the Queen, I want to say, of Swords. Let's see. Yes, that is the Queen of Swords. The necessity to clearly communicate what you desire from a space of loving kindness, which makes me think of this throat chakra card that we have over here at the end of the spread. Alright, but yeah, so to have the Queen of Swords, further clarifying this Ace of Pentacles here, right? I feel like this Ace of Pentacles could speak to an inner growth, right? To your personal growth here on this particular journey. Where, you know, you're with the Queen of Swords, I feel like you're learning how to clearly communicate, you know, what it is you need in any given situation. And now to further clarify this Seven of Wands here, we have the Star. Yeah, you know, I feel like you have a lot of hope in this situation. Regardless of what it is, it's going to be different for everybody. But, you know, I feel like you have a lot of hope when it comes to this situation, and that's why, you know, you're diving right in, and now you're planning, and you're, you know, putting together like, you're coming up with a course of action, as well as maybe the next few steps after, you know, you take action on this course of action. You know, there's a lot of hope, but there's a lot of healing here. Alright, so to further clarify the Wisdom card, aka the Hierophant, we have the... I want to say this is maybe the Two of Swords because we already have the Two of Wands out here. So let's just take a quick look-see. Okay, yeah, no, this is the Two of Pentacles. Alright, autofocus, quit being a jerk. Alright. So, with the Two of Pentacles, this speaks to our ability to manage our time with grace and ease by getting clear on our priorities. Which, with that Hierophant energy, right? I feel like you're very clear on your priorities. I feel like you're very clear on what it is you want to do as well as what it is you need to be doing at this time. And that's something that's going to bring a lot of balance to your life, to the situation. All right, now to further clarify, heartache and loss, aka the Three of Swords here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, like I said, there was someone that you needed to let go of so that you can really step into this Queen of Pentacles energy, right? So you could really step into this abundance with the people that you're meant to have it with. Right. It's like, you know, I feel like a good example of this energy is when you break up with somebody, right? Say there were things that you were trying to accomplish, trying to do while you were with them. Now, once you break up with them, your manifestations start coming in. The things that you were working on are no longer stagnant or going even backwards. You're making some sort of progress, right? Because the universe isn't going to give you your blessings if you're with someone who's, you know, just going to use up your resources for themselves. The universe is going to wait until you're in a place where you have that understanding of, you know, who has your highest good in their interest, right? You know, it's going to bless you when you are around the right people. Alright, now lastly, to further clarify this throat chakra card, I want to say this is the Three of Swords, but I'm going to check just in case. Okay, that is not the Three of Swords. So maybe is that the three? Let's see. Maybe that's the Three of Pentacles. Yes, that's the Three of Pentacles, which speaks to using the power of a team and learning how to collaborate. Yeah, you know, I feel like that definitely something that you have difficulty with, right? Or something that you maybe had difficulty with depending on where exactly you are in these energies at this particular time. Since this is a general reading, you know, you could either currently be going through this, you could have already gone through this, or you will very soon be going through this. Yeah, you know, I feel like you're learning how to speak up in a team environment, in a team dynamic. You can be the kind of person that was just like, he would stay very quiet. He wouldn't really speak up on a lot of things. But I feel like that's one of the many things that you're going to be healing as you move through these energies. Alright, now to get the advice. These videos are getting pretty long, man. Let me know down in the comments, if you guys, like, if there's anything that you guys would like to see in a reading. Like, for example, this advice portion, do you find this advice portion generally, or not generally, but like actually helpful? Or is it something that you can do without in a reading? Is there something else that you would like to find out in a reading? Right? Alright, 1, 2, 3. Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. Yeah, I feel like this is just further confirmation, right, that you're really doing things that you're supposed to be doing. You're learning the lessons, and it's like, this is like the universe giving you like a high five. Okay, give you a little pat on the back, pat on the shoulder. You're doing a good job, buddy. Keep going. You could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. Yeah, I definitely get that vibe. Like, I feel like self-care is of the utmost importance at this time. And that's something that is, more so in that feminine energy. Whereas, you're nurturing yourself, you're, not only physically taking care of yourself, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's all connected. As this, wrong side. This oracle card speaks to the interconnectedness of all things. You're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. Yeah, this to me speaks of that emperor energy, that authenticity, that uniqueness. That's something that you really need to embrace in order to really, shine, like on that sun card. Right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have a little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. So to me, that is a reminder here to just, trust the universe, right? It's something that is, seemingly easy, seemingly, small, but as it says, a little bit of faith goes a long way. Put faith in the universe, and the universe will put faith in you. Again, with the whole interconnectedness and all that jazz. Alright, so collective, these are the messages that I have for you today, and I do hope it serves you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.